Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a bonus new moon for the month of December tarot oracle reading. And Sagittarius, you are the star of this astrological insight. Happy birthday, Sagittarius. If your sun sign is not Sagittarius, we still all have a little bit of Sagittarius in us. If you have your birth chart, which house is Sagittarius in? That is where this energy shows up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. I already shuffled the cards. I'm just giving the little one last shuffle here and cut. And we're ready to begin the reading with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. So that is the Chariot. So this is right up Sagittarius alley. Sagittarius is about action, adventure, travel. So this represents forward movement. And there's no reins because this person is on their path. It's part of destiny that they are going in the direction that you're going in. And Sagittarius, the new moon is in Sagittarius energy. So this is confirmation that you're moving in the right direction. The new moon is on December 20th. 19th or 20th, depending on if you're using universal time or time in North America, where there's daylight savings, etc. So this energy is the last moon of the year, and the new moon is a good time to start new projects and move forward in a new way. And in particular, this new moon in Sagittarius is really powerful because not only are we moving forward towards the end of the month, but we are actually moving into a new year. And 2025 was a 9-year. That's because 2 + 2 + 5 is 9. And this is an indication that a cycle is ending. And then the 2026 year is 2 + 2 + 6 is 10. Break that down to 1 + 0 = 1. And we have a 1 year. So we're ending basically a decade of the old energy and we're moving into this new energy. So it's not just an energy of moving into a new year. It's moving into an entirely new cycle that's been like ongoing for about 9 years. And after this new moon, the day after, like on the 21st, is the shortest day of the year and the longest night. So that is the solstice. And then after that, it's the light at the end of the tunnel. And we're starting to go back towards longer, each day will become a bit longer after the 21st. And so that energy is also at play. So there's quite a bit here, quite a bit of movement towards new. And I just want to say, I've been doing readings and the readings have been very volatile. For a lot of the energy is up and down, and it's because a lot of people, we're in the holiday season and a lot of people are scrambling because, time, traveling, all the other commitments that they have, and also the energy of all this new energy coming in. So this is the underlying energy. There's forward movement. And here's my little helper back again. You're stubborn. Well, I can't remember. What year were you born? And so the Fool is coming out to emphasize the energy for the underlying energy for the internal boundaries, which is what we're going to work on the bottom of this spread. And so the internal boundaries are what you have control over. So I feel like you've decided to move into the new full-heartedly. This is an awesome energy to be in with it for the new moon, and also moving into the new year and a new cycle. And that's what this card represents. The 0 is the 0 point where in the major arcana, this is the first card, and the Fool begins their journey. And so this is showing that you have committed to moving in a totally new way. And if you've been, around the block a few times, this doesn't mean like you're starting like from a baby again. It means you're taking what you've learned from the last cycle and the cycles before, and you're using that energy to empower you on this new journey. Awesome energy. And then we have the Tower. So you might be doing this because a Tower hit. So the Tower is kind of like one of those cards that a lot of people think, oh, why does that have to come up to begin my reading? But it fits in perfectly with this energy. A lot of people think the Tower is always a negative thing because the picture is of a lightning bolt hitting the tower and these people falling out. But when you look more closely, you realize, how often does lightning hit hit? Not very often. So it's like, how often do people win the lottery? Not that often. So it's kind of like surprising energy, and it's a reality check. It's letting something that happens suddenly, and it shows you there's something that you're not seeing, and you need a reality check. And possibly the universe gave you a few whispers and nudged you a little, and you didn't get it. And then the frying pan came out and you still didn't get it. And now you're getting the 2x4 treatment. So this is like when, okay, bang, you're going to have to listen to this. This is necessary. You need to look at this. And you'll notice these people are falling out of the tower, and they are, one looks really surprised and shocked, and the other one is just diving into it like, let me out of here kind of energy. So that's the energy. A lot of people consider this negative, but I don't. I consider this, in context with the other cards. Let's see what this is about. And we have, okay, so there's been some sort of battle of, and this sometimes represents a battle of wills. It can represent having battles with other people, which can definitely have a reality check. So this reality check, you're on your new journey. So something happened when some sort of information or some action happened. There was maybe a battle, and this sometimes represents a battle of wills, or it represents having had to battle with other people, and that you're willing to fight for what you have to fight for. And it's not like you want to fight, but if you have to, you will. The swords represent your mental energy, so it's about using your words and your, that ability to your thoughts. That's your expression. And so this energy is talking about, you've had definitely 2 battles that you've won. They've laid down their swords and they're walking away. Or this can be you, and every time that you have had to battle for what you want or the direction you want to go in here, it's brought something else out in you that you didn't know you had. So this can talk about, becoming the best version of yourself. So every time something happens, then, if that you have to battle for, you learn something from it and you move forward. This is saying, like, don't take it personally. But, and as I said, this also can be a battle because he's holding 2 swords here. And this could be a battle between 2 extremes, like of how you're thinking. This could be about controlling your mind and being in a battle with that. So we will see here. Oh, yikes. This darn devil keeps coming out. I keep thinking, oh, okay, let's have a really nice, enjoyable reading. But this is the energy. And more so like this since like the last week, going into probably until the new moon energy, I feel. The energy has been like, just like in the news, there's all these horrible things happening, like just out of it, like, where is this coming from kind of energy? And so there's a lot of people that are kind of in this aggressive mood, and there's some planets that are in kind of displaced in Mars energy, which is very aggressive. And so it's kind of like displaced anger or whatever. So you might have run into something like that, and it might have been totally out of the blue. Like it's something that you are not expecting. And you weren't expecting from the people that you had to battle with. And so this energy is talking, the devil is actually temptation. And so these 2 people are chained to Saturn's box here. And that is like what rules the energy of the devil. And, they're yoked together and they're chained to this box. And he's like hunched over, and he's, it's talking about going after you, like your animal instincts, doing things impulsively, that kind of energy. And that's exactly the type of energy. In every reading I've been saying to people, chill out. Like, really chill out. You don't get into arguments with people that are unnecessary. Stand up for yourself, of course, but don't be looking for people to argue with. Don't be flipping people off. Don't be using that kind of energy, because it's not going to work out well, because people are kind of edgy right now, and the energy is very edgy. So when the devil comes up in a reading, the devil represents temptation, and you're not going to get the truth from the devil. The devil has to send a minion in to do the dirty work for him, because the devil is an archetype, right? And so what is the devil sending in, or is God covering you in this journey, or what is it about? And here we have 10 Pentacles. It's about lifestyle. It's about the 10 of Pentacles is the most pentacles that you can get out of all the pentacles in the deck. And it's raining money. There's people, like, this is talking about lifestyle. So pentacles don't just mean money. This means, the energy is lifestyle. So it's what it's wealth, health, happiness, lifestyle, like in the 3D. And so this energy is like someone who lives in a really beautiful area with a large home, and they're a couple, and they're visiting with the neighbors. They have time to. They've got pets. That kind of energy. They're well on their way, and maybe the devil wants this. Something wanted this, or thought they were going to be on a new journey with your money. Could be something like that, because this is you. This is the energy you're in right now. This is how what you're identifying with right now is this reality check. And it's like, I'm getting it. It took you by surprise. Like you might have found out something about people that you didn't know, and had to battle with people that you didn't know. So this energy is talking about, also, it can be talking about, there's a lot of talk that like talented people have to sell their soul to the devil to be able to be successful. And that's not true, but that's something that speeds it up, I think, more than anything. And this card kind of reminds me of like a windfall of luck and, of everything you want all at once. And this energy kind of reminds me, if you watch like the talent shows, and they have the golden buzzer, and then the person just gets to move forward. And that's the kind of energy. It's like looking for a shortcut. The people that are that get the golden buzzer on that show are like people that deserve it for sure. And I'm not suggesting that they've sold their soul, but there's a lot of talk that people do that to get ahead. And maybe someone was gossiping and saying that about you, and you just got ahead because of all your hard work. So this energy is, having earned what you have, and because you're on your destined path here. And so it could just be something as simple as your reputation, or someone talking about you, that kind of energy. But this energy is beautiful energy, and so someone else wants it, or people are noticing it anyway, and they're tempted. And so maybe we'll see. Let's see what the reality check was about. And so this is the energy of the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is the most loving, maternal queen in all of the, out of all the queens in the minor arcana. So this energy is talking about, she has a lid on her cup, and that lid on her cup is like showing that she's a container of love, and she has enough love, unconditional love, for her family, her children, her neighbors, like for this whole lifestyle. So this energy can be, let's see what this is about. There's a reality check. There was a battle over money, over wealth, happiness, whatever, wanting to get ahead in life, like the Queen of Cups. Because this isn't the energy of the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is like the most reliable, like it's someone that you can go and get good advice from, that kind of energy. and someone who does have a good lifestyle. And then we have temperance. So temperance is showing your energy, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, temperance represents Sagittarius energy, which is kind of interesting because Sagittarians are not known for having their patience, and temperance is about being patient and having the devotion to your life path to earn what you are supposed to, like what you want, to earn this lifestyle, and that you deserve it. And this is coming through for you without having to give in to any temptation or give it away to others or being yoked to something you don't want to be. And so that's the energy. And then the problem is the devil is very tricky energy, because the temptation isn't going to be something like, oh, it's going to be something horrible. It's going to be exactly what you want. And that energy is going to come through, and it's going to be like, oh, it's so tempting. That's the energy. So the temperance is talking about being on your journey and having the patience to do it, to earn it. Like the people on the show, like when that golden buzzer goes off, they're always in shock. I just love that, like the humility that they have, and it's just like they're like, wow, like I can't believe that people think I'm that good. It's that kind of energy, and you can't buy that. You can't take shortcuts to get that. That comes from putting your energy into something and wholeheartedly doing it. And that's what this temperance card is. It's devotion to staying on your path and really being in your authentic desires. And so that energy is shown here with the sun in the background, and that represents God. And then we have the sun here also. So, and this chariot energy indicates that you are on the correct path, but there was some sort of reality check that happened here. And, you know, we're going to keep going here because I just want to see here. Okay, so this pentacle energy is sitting here. And the Knight of Pentacles, so the knights, they work for the queen, and or the king, like for royalty. So this is the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles could work for the queen. The message is about pentacles. So the knight is coming in, and this is the slowest moving energy of all the knights in the deck. And so the knights they work for the king and the queen in the court, for royalty, and they deliver messages and communications. And they also, protect the kingdom. And so this energy is that this knight is like coming in with this message. The thing is about the knight, this is a message that holds a lot of truth, and it's a legacy for moving forward. But sometimes that knight takes so much time to come in with the message that it's too late. In the old days, a knight would be someone that was 21, an adult or older, that had possibly worked for the court when they were younger as a page, and now they've been given more responsibility. And so this is the energy of someone delivering, being responsible either for delivering a message from the queen or to this queen, and it's regarding these pentacles. And the energy is, it can, like in the old days, they would come in by horse like this, but now this energy could be a phone call, an email, that kind of energy, like of, a text, a social media post, something that shows up on the news. And that keeping in mind that these are archetypes, just like the devil energy. So the queen could be a male in their feminine energy, as well as a female in their feminine energy. And the knight could be a woman in her masculine energy, or a male in their masculine energy. So we will look some more at what is this about. We have, this is your identity again, as I was saying. So this reality check shocked you or surprised you, took you by surprise. And then you had to fight for your self-worth. So I'm getting like the communication that came in, you were like, what? Like you really didn't know what was happening. And it's behind the scenes energy. So then you had to get in a battle with people to protect yourself on some level and to protect this money that this lifestyle that you have. And there was this energy. Sometimes it can speak that there was like some temptation that you had, but I don't feel that's the energy with this coming in here. We'll look into it a little bit more. If the Queen of Cups represents your home and your family and your emotional foundation. And then the Temperance card is in the position of creativity. And you notice there's 2 cups here. So sometimes that can represent a new romance coming in, or one that is changing on some level. And then we have in this position, this is your health, your daily routines and habits. So yeah, it's kind of like the energy is you have a really good lifestyle and something happened behind the scenes that you were unaware of. And it's put you've had to move quickly on it. And it's put you on kind of a new cycle. But we're all kind of moving into that new cycle. So this can be representing not even a person here. This can just be representing this energy that we're in. And it can be saying, like at the new moon, because the solstice is right after, don't be selling yourself short. Don't be getting desperate here, because if you're in a negative situation right now, or you have a lot of worry right now, your patience is going to be a virtue. Sagittarius energy is not known for patience, and the new moon is kind of like about wanting to make a movement. So this is saying don't be impulsive and make rash choices that seem like they might solve the problem for you, but they don't. Yes, and then we have the Ace of Wands. So this is saying, so this energy, you have control over this. This is, okay, how are you going to react to this energy? And are you going to react, or are you going to respond? And is it going to make the situation better, or is it going to make it worse? That kind of energy. Then we have the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is a gift from the universe. And so this is coming in, whatever action that you take, this is talking about the external forces coming in. So this is actions that are coming from outside of you, that are about like a passion for new discovery. So this could be, you could be going outside yourself to do something differently, or this could be an energy that's coming in and they're really wanting what you have here. And that's that energy coming in. And then we have, but this is a gift from the divine. This is a gift from the universe. So this is representing some sort of action that if you take the time and you're not impulsive or unnecessarily aggressive, and you just stay on your path, that the action that you take will resolve this quite easily, and it will actually propel you forward. Then we have the Page of Cups coming in. So the Page of Cups is like, now we're talking some love here. So perhaps you've met someone that has a lot of money, and people are just saying, oh, you're only, interested because they have money. And then maybe there was a lot of talk that way, and they went after your reputation, something like that. It could be something silly like that. And because this Page of Cups energy is another communication, and it's coming in that the Page of Cups, who works for, that's a younger version of a knight, is sitting here or standing here, and he is totally focused on this fish in this cup. He knows there's plenty of fish in the sea. It's right behind him, but he is interested in this fish, and this is a cup of love. So this could be like someone wanting to ask you out on a date, or ask you to marry, a proposal or whatever, because the Queen of Cups is like someone that would be like in a really good position to be, a family person, someone that you would want to marry, to have children with and have a family with, someone that you could really trust. And so that energy there's another communication coming in. This one isn't about the pentacle. This is coming about the love. and and passion and an action towards that. And then we have this cup here is bringing in all sorts of possibilities. Now, this is showing like someone like that you're an empty vessel, and that you are attracting all of this, all these opportunities and possibilities to you, and that there's 7 cups there, and each of them has a gift in them, but you have to be able to choose where are you going to focus your energy, and what are you going to pour your energy into. They each have something different, and each of them has their own set of challenges, and challenges are possibilities in disguise. So this is the energy. It's something, these opportunities are coming up, and this can also say that the Queen of Cups, or whoever's asking, for a date or whatever, that they have a lot of choice, but they've chosen this energy. They've chosen you to ask. And maybe this is saying you never thought you were that tempting. Trying to put a good swing on this, Saggy. So this is the energy. And then we have judgment. So yeah, some sort of judgment has been called, and this judgment is coming from the Most High. This action that's coming in from the external forces, and these opportunities coming in are a judgment call from the universe, and your ancestors and descendants are facing each other. There could have been a skeleton that came out of the closet, opening Pandora's box, some information that was really surprising that you didn't know had happened in the past, and it's, that it could affect your lifestyle. And it's tempting for a lot of people for whatever reason. But the judgment is that this card is indicating that the external forces, the one that's in charge here is the universe and God himself, and that the judgment is that you're the one that deserves these opportunities. And if that has to do with love, then, this is the energy of this person is totally focused on you. If this is not about love, and this is just about your lifestyle and a business, or being on a path to, maybe a new career, some new knowledge that you wanted, because this is a passion for discovery, that this energy can just represent that you're pouring into yourself. And that you love yourself, and you're focused on yourself right now, and you're focused on opportunities coming forward for you, and you're willing to do the work that it takes, and do it in the right way here. So really good energy. Maybe you're a singer and you should go on one of those talent shows and you'll get the golden buzzer. That would be awesome. And then we have, it could be something like that. You never know. It happens. And so the Empress is coming out now. So the Empress is sitting on her throne, and this is talking about this abundance is meant for you. Like the Empress is all 4 queens, with all the qualities of all 4 queens rolled into one person. So it's someone that understands the value of money, understands the value of working towards a goal. She understands, she's sexy, and the other thing is that some people say that she might be pregnant, or she may just be pregnant with possibility. The wheat here shows that it's natural for her to be in the flow and grow. She plants seeds and they grow. That's how it is. So this is really promising energy in many ways. And then look at this. We have the 9 of Pentacles. So this energy is talking about possibly in the past, because this is that 1 pentacle. 1 pentacle went missing somewhere. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it's still missing. And it was something, maybe this isn't even about the money, because the 9 of Pentacles shows that, and you notice that this looks a lot like the Empress, and like the clothing. And this is like, she's got her hand on 6 pentacles, and then she has 3 behind her. And she was willing to let these go. Like, she's generous, and she would, she uses 3 pentacles to give to charity, to give to family members, to, whatever, that kind of energy. She maybe is a little bit of a philanthropist. And then she's got her hand, though, on the 6 Pentacles, showing that she is in a position of like where she understands how much to give, how much to take. Remember, Pentacles aren't just about coin. They're about where are you investing your time, your energy, that kind of energy. And I'm getting that this 1 Pentacle that went missing, that someone was tempted to take, it was really unnecessary, because she would have given it anyway. Like, she's very generous, like she's willing to do that, but she didn't know that about this person, and now she does. So this like, by them doing that, now she knows that she can't trust them, and that's the energy I'm picking up. And it was someone, like, this is someone she loves. It doesn't necessarily, it could be someone in her family. This could be about someone that she's in love with. The Empress is, you know, very, like, she understands life. So this energy is kind of like, it took her by surprise. Somebody betrayed her in some way, I feel like, and she's just missing 1 Pentacle, and but she noticed it. She noticed it, and she looked into it. That's the energy that I'm getting. And then when she got the information, she's looking at this. You know how fish stink when they come out of water and they're in air and they're gasping for air? She's looking at this person that she loves, and she's going like, you did this? I'm shocked. You did this. That kind of energy. So this is something that she needed to know, and it might have been someone that she was considering marrying or something, because this kind of represents a couple, right? We'll see. Let's look into this a little bit more, Sagittarius. So the good thing is that the truth is coming out, and, you know, it might be really disappointing, but better to know than not to know. And the reality check is, like, you know, 1 Pentacle was missing, but if you didn't know, you know, if you didn't find this out, then, you know, there could have been it could have been a lot worse kind of energy. That's what I'm getting. So there's something stinky and fishy. And I don't necessarily feel like this is about a lover, though. I feel like it was like, it could be regarding something you love, or family members, or something like that. It's really kind of like unfortunate, actually, for the external forces, because now that she knows, I mean, she's not going to be, you know, she has unconditional love, but first and foremost for herself, right? Because she knows she has to look after herself. If she doesn't look after herself, she's not going to be able to have anything to give to others. And if it's a business that she was in, and the opportunities, you know, are less because of this action, then that's not going to go over very well with her either. So if you're enjoying this, Sag, do like and comment. It really helps me build my channel, and I am going to clarify this with my oracle cards. This is not uncommon energy right now, but it is what it is. So, you know, this is the energy I was talking about. But I'm really going to be happy when the new year comes, with all this energy that's been coming out. And it's just been in this last, like, I feel like it's like a 10-day span almost, like, you know. It started around the beginning, probably around like the 10th, or you know, around that time. And hopefully after the new moon and the solstice, we'll see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just tuning these oracle cards in. So my oracle is Tales from the Vector, and I started it in 2007. I completed the paintings. There's 64 of them in 2020. And I'm working with you right now to get the information that I need to write it up and bring my oracle deck into being. I have the numbers of the paintings on these cards, and I will list them in the description box below. If you want to go to my website, they'll be in the order that they appear here, and they're numbered on in the gallery of paintings. So that's Tales from TheVector.com, TAILS from TheVector.com. And usually there's a card that wants to pop out here. We haven't had that happen yet, so I just want to okay, what is this about? Oh, here we have it. Okay. I forgot to get the underlying energy for this energy here, for the external forces. And here. Okay, so we have a King of Wands. That's what I forgot. So the King of Wands is clarifying, or this is the energy underlying the external forces. That's what I forgot to do. Okay, and this is the energy that wants to come out and clarify that. That's, okay, so I made a mistake here and I forgot to do that. That's why that's coming out. But this is the year 2026. So we'll get to this. So this is, the external forces are the kind of like when you're looking at a situation and you're wondering, what the EF happened, external forces to my pentacle. That kind of energy. And starting to talk about it and the information coming in. Now the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck for that Chariot is Temperance. Okay, so that's kind of interesting because this is talking about you're on your destiny. And this, I'm getting like, it's like this information is coming in to really empower you. But you have to be patient, and it's because you've had devotion to your life path. You're representing yourself in this energy twice here. This is you coming through, and when you show up in your own reading like this twice in this energy, this is talking about you, Sagittarius, have been devoted to your divine path, the one that you came, your mission for the planet Earth, which is to be the best version of yourself. So I feel like this energy here was more about something that happened to you than about you. And then we have the energy for these internal forces being the scotoma. Yeah, there was a blind spot. I'm getting that the blind spot has been, we can all see it now. There's been a reality check. So this is talking about moving forward, and maybe you were really shocked when you found out this information, but you're determined to move forward. And I'm getting not be bitter about it or let it even change you. You want to be in harmony. Like you don't need, I'm just getting the energy. You don't even want to talk about it anymore. You're grateful that you found out. You're sad that it happened, but you're kind of over it already. You're like, the Empress doesn't spend a lot of time, wallowing in the emotions, but like it hurt. Like it's coming up. She's just decided I'm going to move forward kind of energy. Ugh. So this was about a lover. So that's what's coming up. So this is about someone that it was a romantic relationship that the reality check was about. So that's kind of like, sorry, Sag, this is the energy, the way it's been going. And then the Chariot is coming up here again to confirm that. So you might have been patiently waiting for this wrong to be righted, or for the information to come in that you can absolutely know for sure this is really what this person did. And now that you know, you can make strong choices moving forward. And maybe you should go on a talent show. Like, that's what I'm getting. Like I'm getting you're very talented, and the sky's the limit for you. And this is saying again about this energy that's out there. A lot of people are tempted to do things the wrong way, but you see people that have been like on some of those talent shows, and it looks like, oh, it's overnight success, but they've worked their butts off to get there. And then some of them just don't even realize how good they are at what they do. So they're in shock when this happens, hey, I'm actually that good, at what I do. Yeah, it's like a real awesome energy. And then, and on top of that is abuse of power. So I just feel someone wanted your lifestyle is what happened here. And, karma is the wheel of, or not the Wheel of Fortune, but the Chariot represents karmas coming in. Someone abused their power. And the High Priestess is coming in. So this is talking about having a joyful life. And the energy of the High Priestess, when the Fool goes on his journey, the first thing he does is he picks up the tools from the Magician to be able to have the tools he needs to be able to go on his journey. And the High Priestess is the second card. And she's about following her intuition. So this is saying that the Queen of Cups has followed her intuition, and she sits close to God on the throne. So like that's the protection that came in, is having really strong intuition and following it and looking into something. And then we have the Capricorn energy, which is about ambition and responsibility and these possibilities and challenges. So the Capricorn energy is very ambitious, but at the same time, a responsible Capricorn energy is going to take consistent steps of action towards their goals, and their determination is endless. The sign for Capricorn is a mountain goat climbing a mountain, and that they're climbing the mountain and they've got a fishtail on the back, so they have to really work hard to get up that mountain. And we have this sitting on this Temperance, saying that you did things the right way, but the temptation energy is part of that ambition of Capricorn. So this is what I'm talking about, a state of being. When these cards come in that are representing zodiac signs, I'm doing a general reading here, and I'm looking more at the stage of life and what the qualities of this sign are in standing upright. And standing upright, this is someone who's very ambitious, responsible. They're ruled by Saturn. But if they're tempted and they go the other way, then they're chained to this Saturn energy and they end up falling for temptation. So that's the energy that's coming in. So it's not about, there might be someone that is a Capricorn energy, but that's not what I'm saying here. That might be true for you, but this reading isn't about individual people. It's about the state of being and the stage of life. And also, this is saying, Capricorn energy at its best is going to see exactly which of these cups to choose. They're going to know that what they need to do, and they will take the consistent steps of action. Capricorn energy is sometimes the most diligent, hardworking energy in the zodiac, I feel, because even if they slide down the mountain, they'll just get back up and keep climbing back up that mountain. And then we have the Strength card coming out here. So this is about having the integrity to stay on the path, and it's tempting, especially these days, a lot of times we're seeing all this energy, where people are I don't know, people think it's overnight success, but it isn't. And that kind of energy can really cause people to fall into temptation. And then we have the Trauma Queen. And the Trauma Queen is in their element, and they are, liking drama. And so this is the energy coming from outside. Their element is, if there's not drama or excitement around them, that's the kind of energy that they cause. And remember, queens and kings can be male or female in that energy. And so this causes sometimes people to fight or take flight or just freeze and not know what to do. And so it just stops the energy. But this is saying with the new moon, I'm getting by the new moon, this energy is moving forward. And the Leo energy is coming in. So this requires a strong leader having the confidence. And sometimes that Leo energy can be impulsive. And so sometimes people who are born leaders, this energy is kind of the stage of life as teenage boys that are kind of really boisterous, and they're maybe a little bit impulsive, and they really feel things deeply. Teenage boys can be really, when they fall in love, they really fall in love kind of energy. So it's not saying that you're a teenage boy, but you could be that's how your emotions are. So, because remember, this Queen of Cups could be a male in their feminine energy. So they've really allowed themselves to open up and be really, and if so, this could be representing you, and you've opened up and you've really allowed yourself to be vulnerable. And now, and that's what the strength card is saying. It's going to take strength for you and courage to move through this, and have harmony in your life. And then we have the manifestation. So it's there. There's no shortage of abundance here. And so this is talking about the energy of being able to manifest through your sacral chakra, through that energy. And then we have disruption. So the judgment, it's kind of just saying there was some sort of disruption in your life here, and it did take you by surprise. And it does feel like it was regarding the lovers. So it could have been someone that was really close to you, that you had a lot of passion for. And it appeared that they had a lot of passion for you also. So, but there was something fishy about the love. So this is talking about, this energy here is about commitment, marriage, and partnerships. So a passion for new discovery. It's saying heal from this and move on. And then this energy is talking about transformation and secrets coming out, and like the end of a cycle. And then this energy here is talking about the higher learning that you get out of it, and that there's going to be so many opportunities, being able to manifest now, that because maybe you thought, like, am I losing my ability to be able to manifest? Because I don't know where this money went. And you were thinking, oh, like, what did I do wrong kind of energy, and couldn't quite figure it out. That's the energy. Now you're more educated about what's happened with that. And then the disruption is sitting on your career and your public image. So this is caught, like, that's the energy I was getting here at the very beginning, that it's something to do with reputation or something like that. And then the harmony of your words, right? And then we have the guiding star. So this is the energy of using your intuition. The high priestess is saying that use your intuition as well as your logic, and move forward, in that energy. And the high priestess does follow the cycles of the moon. So it's saying again, that the new moon is a great time to move forward and finish letting go. Maybe you found something out on December 4th-ish, around that time, and that was the energy of the full moon, which is a great time to release. And then now you're going to be ready to move into the new year in a new way, along, with the solstice and everything. So it's powerful energy. I'm getting it was really challenging when it happened, but I feel like you're already recovering. And anger is the gift that keeps on giving. So this is saying, because what we're talking about is generational wealth here. This isn't a small amount of money. This is a legacy. And so they weren't just stealing from you. They were stealing from your descendants. And that's why the ancestors are here, because also from them, because they're the ones who passed this legacy down to you. And then you were, that kind of energy. So, it's good news, bad news. And that's the way all of the energy's been in the readings for this new moon energy. It's been kind of up and down, good and bad, positive and negative, weak and strong. So it's life. I guess it's real life. And we're seeing it played out on the, on the globe right now. There's a lot of shift coming out. And, it's once you have the information that you need, then you can make a better decisions moving forward. So that's the good part of it. Please do like and comment if you've enjoyed this, and consider subscribing if you resonate with the energy of the channel. I will be back at the end of for an end of the month, and we'll see what happens with this. I feel like you're in a good place though now. And bye for now, and we will see you at the end of the month. I'm waking my cat up, and she's cranky about it. She was having such a nice sleep.